Well, look, if neither of us have any symptoms, can we still have an HD infection? You better believe it. Look, HPV, human papillomas, stays totally hidden for 10 to 12 years usually on an average. Chlamydia, 85% of the women, 40% of the men have no symptoms, but they pass it on. HSV2, genital herpes, 90% no symptoms. AIDS, 10 to 15 years. It can incubate, pass on everything without symptoms.
Is it possible to have an STD and not have any visible symptoms? If so, how will I know if my partner is infected? Actually, 75% of chlamydia infections have no symptoms at all. 90% of herpes and HPV have no symptoms. And even 1 in 4 persons with HIV have no symptoms. The person with the infection may not know they have symptoms or infection at all. It's important, if you've had sex, to go get tested. Or if you're thinking about having sex, go with your potential partner and be tested. Go back for results. And if they do not want to do that, then you have a decision to make. Run.
So many people have what I call the credit card approach. Play now, pay later. Folks, you will pay. Avoid sexual immorality, for it's the one sin you commit against your body. That is an act of love by God. That's God saying, I love you so much, I want to protect you and provide for you. To have the most unbelievable experience in sex. Why jeopardize in a few years of single time for the years that can be so wonderful with your spouse? And so many jeopardize all that when they're young. And there is some of them can't project. That's why we need parents. That's why we need loving, significant adults in our lives. But the other thing is, are you smart enough to listen to them?
I think myths about sex and the consequences and for students not really fully understanding the price tag that they're going to pay if they get involved sexually come primarily from the media, just because they are so bombarded with sex on such a regular basis. I mean, students are watching, you know, everything from the MTV Shot at Love show to The Bachelor to, I mean, they're watching kids jump in and out of bed with each other and having sex, and no one ever gets a disease. And that's why I used to tease that if herpes or HIV or human papillomavirus or chlamydia were tattooed to your forehead, if the minute you were infected there was something on your face, we would not have an STD problem, because all the kids would show up at school and they would go, oh my goodness, they have that disease. In fact, most STDs don't have any physical symptoms. And so teenagers believe that if I don't have a symptom, I'm not infected. And I tease them because the students will come to me after I speak in their school and they'll go, well, you need to come and speak to my school because we had 8 girls pregnant. But I don't know anyone at my school who's got a disease. Like, really? First of all, your friends aren't getting tested. And even if they were, they wouldn't tell you. I mean, do you really think they're going to show up at the lunchroom and go, hey, talked to the doctor yesterday, went to the doctor, found out I have herpes, tell everybody by lunch? You know, I tease kids and tell them, maybe we can do this on the announcements from now on at your school every Monday morning. The following students contracted an STD over the weekend, they are. You know, I mean, that's not going to happen. And so pregnancy is the biggest fear because it's the most visible.